in the heart of my Tama, Abuja, where the air smells of expensive perfume and raw power, the last thing you expect to see is a billionaire holding a dainty broom. But Obinna was no ordinary billionaire. He was the invisible titan of Abuja real estate. He had just bought the prestigious Crown Jewel estate for 8 billion naira. But before officially taking over, Obinna made a strange decision. He wanted to know the true character of the people living in his new estate and the staff managing it. So, he disguised himself as the lowest man on the payroll, a compound sweeper. For 2 weeks, Obinna endured the scorching Abuja sun. He was insulted, shouted at, and treated like the dirt he was sweeping. "Hey, you miss a spot," a loud voice barked. Obinna looked up. It was Chuka, a flashy, arrogant tech bro who drove a loud Mercedes and lived in Duplex 4. Chuka deliberately poured his half-empty cup of Zobo on the pristine floor. "Clean it up, compound boy," Chuka sneered, adjusting his gold chain. His friend, Aminu, laughed loudly. "I bet Chuka, leave this wretched man alone. Him destiny donned a tide to that mop." Obinna didn't speak. He simply lowered his head and began to mop. He wasn't looking at the spill. He was looking at the shoes of a man who was about to lose everything. Just as Chuka and his friends walked away, a young woman struggled through the estate gates. Her name was Nneka. She wasn't a resident. She was a struggling caterer trying to keep her late mother's food business alive. She supplied lunch to the estate security and lower-level staff. The cooler was heavy, and as she passed Obinna, one of the handles snapped. Food packed in foil plates scattered on the floor. Obinna quickly dropped his mop and rushed to help her gather them. "I am so sorry," Nneka said, wiping sweat from her forehead. "Thank you for helping me." Obinna looked at her. In 2 weeks, nobody in this estate had looked him in the eye, let alone thanked him. "No, Woala, my sister," Obinna replied, using a perfect, humble tone. Nneka noticed his cracked lips and sunbaked skin. Without hesitating, she opened one of her intact coolers. She pulled out a large portion of jollof rice and chicken, along with a chilled bottle of water. "Please, eat this," she said gently. "I no fit pay for this, Obinna said, testing her. Nneka smiled, a smile that reached her tired eyes. "You don't need to. You helped me. In this tough Abuja, if we don't look out for each other, who will? God bless your hustle, brother." As Nneka walked away to deliver her food, Obinna watched her. His sharp billionaire mind made a mental note. Nneka, in a city of fake gold, he had just found a real diamond. Life, however, was not rewarding Nneka's kindness. Later that evening, inside her small apartment in Kubwa, the walls were closing in on her. Her father had left a massive debt before passing away, and the bank was threatening to take her family home. Sitting on her worn-out couch was Chuka, the same arrogant man from the estate. Standing beside him was Nneka's aunt, Auntie Ngozi, whose eyes practically worshipped Chuka's wealth. "Nneka, use your brain," Auntie Ngozi shouted. "Chuka is offering to clear the 5 million naira debt. He wants to open a big restaurant for you and use too. All you have to do is agree to be his wife." Chuka smirked, tossing his car keys in the air. "Nneka, look at me. I am the biggest boy in Crown Jewel Estate. If you marry me, you stop hustling like a commoner. I go upgrade your life." Igatago. Nneka looked at Chuka with disgust. She knew his reputation. He was cruel, disrespectful, and treated women like trophies. "I will pay my debts myself, Chuka," Nneka said firmly. "I don't want your money, and I don't want you." Chuka stood up, his pride bruised. "You are choosing poverty? Let's see how long your stubbornness lasts when they throw you and your aunt out on the streets." He stormed out. Auntie Ngozi turned to Nneka, furious. "You are a fool. You no get sense lie. I give you till Saturday. If you don't accept Chuka's proposal at his birthday party, consider me dead to you." 2 days later, the pressure was breaking Nneka. After delivering food at the estate, she sat on the curb near the generator house, crying quietly. She didn't notice Obinna approach until he handed her a bottle of cold Fanta. Teas know to solve problems, but sugar sometimes helps, Obinna said softly, sitting a respectful distance away. Nneka laughed through her tears. She found herself pouring her heart out to the estate sweeper. She told him about the debt, her aunt's threats, and Chuka's toxic proposal. He thinks because I am poor, I have no dignity, Nneka cried. I would rather sell pure water on the highway than marry a man with a wicked heart. Obinna listened, his face an unreadable mask, but inside, a fierce fire was burning. He looked at her and spoke with a voice that held too much authority for a sweeper. Nneka, wealth without character is just decorated poverty. Stand your ground. The universe is a way of rewarding pure hearts. Saturday will bring a miracle. I promise you. Before Nneka could ask him what he meant, Chuka's Mercedes drove past. Chuka rolled down his window and laughed. Nneka, see your life sitting with the estate sweeper. N.A. where you belong be that. In the gutter. Don't forget my party N.A. Saturday. Bring your cheap food, and maybe I'll give you a tip to save your wretched life. See has poverty done to make you resemble mad woman? Obinna's jaw tightened. The test was over. It was time for the billionaire to go to work. Saturday arrived. Chuka threw a massive party right in the center of the estate to show off his wealth. Abuja's finest were there. He had deliberately hired Nneka's catering service just to humiliate her in front of everyone. Throughout the event, Chuka and his friends made Nneka run around like a servant, insulting the food and laughing at her faded catering uniform. Standing by the trash cans, dressed in his dirty sweeper uniform, was Obinna, watching, waiting. Suddenly, Chuka picked up a microphone. The music stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuka announced, his voice echoing across the compound. Tonight, I want to do an act of charity. Nneka, come here. Nneka froze, but Auntie Ngozi pushed her forward into the center of the crowd. This girl owes 5 million naira. She is practically a beggar, Chuka mocked. He pulled out a diamond ring. Nneka, kneel down, apologize for rejecting me, and accept this ring. If you do, your debts go vanish. If you don't, I will ensure your catering business is destroyed in this Abuja. The crowd gasped. Auntie Ngozi whispered frantically, Knee down, Nneka, kneel. Tears welled in Nneka's eyes. She looked at the mocking faces. She looked at Chuka's arrogant grin. Then, she looked toward the trash cans and saw Obinna. He gave her a slow, subtle nod. Nneka straightened her back. Keep your money, Chuka. My dignity is not for sale. Chuka's face twisted in rage. Security. Throw this useless girl and her food out of my party. Throw the estate sweeper out too. I'm tired of seeing his dirty face. Nobody is throwing her out. The voice didn't come from a billionaire. It came from the sweeper. Obinna stepped forward. He didn't walk like a poor man anymore. He walked with the heavy, undeniable presence of a king. Chuka laughed out loud. You? Ordinary common cleaner? You the craze? Obinna didn't answer him. He pulled out a sleek, an iPhone 17 Pro Max from his faded trousers. He dialed a single number. Bring them in. Now. Less than 30 seconds later, the massive iron gates of the estate swung open. The sound of heavy sirens pierced the night. A convoy of 6 bulletproof, jet-black Mercedes G-Wagons rolled into the estate, surrounding the party. The music completely stopped. The guests murmured in panic. From the lead car, the chief estate manager stepped out, sweating profusely. Following him were heavily armed DSS operatives and men in sharp-tailored suits carrying briefcases. The estate manager ran straight past Chuka and bowed at an angle of 90 degrees, directly in front of the sweeper. Boss Obinna, the manager stammered. Your change of clothes is in the car, sir. We are sorry we are late. The entire party froze. Chuka's mouth fell wide open. The glass of wine in Auntie Ngozi's hand crashed to the floor. Boss! Chuka whispered, his voice shaking. Obinna took a wet wipe from one of his assistants, calmly wiping the dust off his hands. Yes, Chuka, I bought this entire estate 3 weeks ago for 8 billion naira. You don't own your house. Chuka, you rent it. From me. Chuka's knees buckled. Obinna turned to his lawyers. Cancel the lease on Duplex 4. Chuka has exactly 3 hours to pack his belongings and leave my estate. Also, initiate a hostile takeover of his tech firm. By Monday morning, I want him bankrupt. Yes, boss, the lawyers replied in unison. Obinna turned to Nneka, who was staring at him in absolute shock. He walked up to her, his eyes soft. I told you the universe rewards a pure heart, Obinna said gently. He looked at his assistant. Clear Nneka's 5 million naira debt immediately, and write a check for 50 million naira to officially expand her catering company. Auntie Ngozi rushed forward, falling to her knees. Ah, my son-in-law, I knew you were a great man. Welcome. Obinna didn't even look at her. Security, escort this woman out. She is toxic to Nneka's peace. In a single night, the arrogant were humbled, and the kind were elevated. Nneka didn't just become a millionaire caterer. She won the heart of a man who valued character over cash. Obinna and Nneka became Abuja's most beloved power couple. But in the world of billionaires, peace is always temporary. Far away in Lagos, Obinna's ruthless stepbrother, Chief Obinna, watched the news of Obinna's new love on his television. A sinister smile crept across his face. So, Chief Obinna whispered, crushing a cigar in an ashtray. The invincible Obinna finally has a weakness. A simple caterer. Prepare my jet. We are going to Abuja. It is time to take back what belongs to me. The real war was just beginning. Wow. When God wants to elevate you, he can use a simple plate of jollof rice. What did you think about Obinna's test? Did Chuka get what he deserved? And what is Chief Obinna planning to do to Nneka in Abuja? The drama in part 2 is going to be explosive. If you loved this story, do me a massive favor. Press that like button right now, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss part 2. Drop a comment below. If you were Nneka, would you have given your food to a sweeper? Let's discuss it in the comment section.